A young girl, Anya, becomes the grabber's latest victim. The grabber is on the loose.
The horror genre has consistently proven its staying power, and few recent entries have resonated as powerfully with audiences as The Black Phone. The success of the first film, both commercially and critically, made a sequel inevitable. Now, with The Black Phone 2 officially confirmed and scheduled for release in October 2025, excitement is mounting around the return of this dark and chilling world. The original film combined supernatural terror with raw emotional depth, and the sequel promises to build on that foundation with even greater psychological and paranormal intensity. Set to be released just in time for the Halloween season, the timing couldn't be more appropriate for a franchise built on fear, trauma, and resilience. The return of the creative team from the first film, most notably director Scott Derrickson and writer C. Robert Cargill, suggests a deliberate and passionate continuation rather than a rushed cash grab. This consistency ensures fans will experience a continuation that respects the original story while expanding its lore. The most intriguing aspect of The Black Phone 2 is the confirmed return of Ethan Hawke as the terrifying and enigmatic villain, known as the Grabber. Considering the fate of his character in the first film, his return immediately raises questions. Is he truly alive, or will his role exist in a supernatural or psychological form? Could the Black Phone itself allow him to reach beyond the grave? This sequel seems poised to blur the line between the living and the dead even further than the first film did. Hawke's performance was praised for its intensity and menace, making his involvement crucial for the sequel's impact. His presence adds continuity, but it also introduces new potential for narrative twists. The Grabber's mythology may not be over, even if his physical life is. Returning alongside Hawke are Mason Thames and Madeline McGraw, reprising their roles as Finney and Gwen. The development of these characters is likely to be a major focal point, as they continue to deal with the traumatic aftermath of the events they survived. Finney's personal growth and the evolution of Gwen's psychic abilities are expected to be key components of the narrative. Gwen's gift of clairvoyance played a crucial role in defeating the Grabber, and now that gift might be expanding, perhaps even becoming a burden. Her abilities could bring her into contact with new spirits or even pull her deeper into the world of the Black Phone. Meanwhile, Finney, once a quiet and bullied child, may now be more assertive, but still haunted by what he endured. Watching him navigate teenage life while still looking over his shoulder is certain to deepen the emotional resonance of the story. New faces will also enter this haunted universe. While not much has been revealed about their roles, the addition of actors like Demián Bichir and Anna Lore adds a sense of freshness to the cast. These characters may bring new perspectives, potentially as teachers, investigators, or even new victims of supernatural forces. There's also the possibility of Gwen meeting others with similar gifts, further exploring the idea that the Black Phone is not a singular phenomenon. The world might be more connected through this sinister device than previously thought. It opens the door to broader lore and may suggest that what Finney experienced was just one chapter in a much bigger supernatural reality. The film was shot under the working title Mysterium in Toronto, and production wrapped up in early 2025. This timeline gives the post-production team ample time to refine the film's eerie atmosphere, haunting sound design, and chilling effects. Scott Derrickson's directorial style, which blends suspense with striking visual storytelling, is once again expected to be front and center. His direction in the original film was notable for its slow-burn horror that relied more on tension and mood than cheap jump scares. In the sequel, he will likely continue to focus on the psychological scars left behind by supernatural events. This approach could transform The Black Phone 2 into more than just a horror sequel. It might evolve into a character-driven exploration of grief, guilt, and survival. One of the most promising narrative paths involves delving deeper into the origins of the Black Phone itself. In the first film, it served as a conduit for ghostly voices, a lifeline for Finney as he tried to outwit the Grabber. But where did it come from? Why is it so powerful? Is it limited to the basement, or can its reach extend elsewhere? The second movie could explore these questions, introducing new locations, new victims, and even a broader supernatural mythology. If the phone is not just a haunted artifact, but a gateway between worlds, it could introduce a whole new realm of horror. Perhaps others have encountered it before, and maybe Gwen and Finney are not the only ones tied to its power. This development would elevate the sequel from a mere continuation into a more ambitious expansion of the entire universe. Thematically, the original film was a meditation on childhood trauma, familial dysfunction, and the power of resilience. Those themes are likely to return in full force, particularly with Gwen and Finney still dealing with their broken home life. Their father, played by Jeremy Davies, is another returning character, and his arc may take a significant turn. After his breakdown in the first film and the guilt he showed toward his children, he may now be on a path of redemption or further decline. His relationship with his children could be strained by Gwen's growing abilities or by Finney's desire for independence and control over his life. These interpersonal tensions will provide emotional grounding, keeping the horror grounded in real, painful human experiences. The visual style of The Black Phone 2 is expected to retain the grim, 1970s-inspired aesthetic of the first movie, though the timeline may move forward slightly to reflect the character's aging. This subtle shift could open up new design opportunities while still preserving the nostalgic eeriness that defined the original. Clothing, music, and technology from that transitional era could serve to enhance the feeling of time passing without abandoning the original atmosphere. The cinematography will likely continue to use dim, claustrophobic settings and creative camera angles to build dread, particularly if new supernatural locations or new phones are introduced. Anticipation is high, and not just among horror fans. The first Black Phone managed to cross genre boundaries, appealing to audiences who appreciated drama, suspense, and character-driven storytelling as much as pure terror. That crossover appeal could help the sequel succeed at the box office and online streaming platforms alike. Moreover, if the sequel performs well, it could open the door to even more stories within this universe, perhaps exploring other timelines or even other users of the Black Phone. A prequel could delve into the grabber's past, while a spin-off might follow Gwen as she encounters other lost souls. The possibilities are expansive if the filmmakers choose to take the franchise beyond its original scope. In the end, The Black Phone 2 has all the ingredients necessary to become a powerful continuation of a modern horror classic. With a strong returning cast, a proven creative team, and a compelling foundation in character and story, it holds the potential to both terrify and move audiences. It doesn't need to rely on gimmicks or over-the-top gore. Its power lies in its psychological intensity, its emotional depth, and the slow, creeping dread that made the original film so unforgettable. The return of The Black Phone means more than just a new chapter in a horror story. It's a callback to the shadows of our fears, the echoes of trauma, and the mysterious forces that connect us beyond the grave.